And go. Oh my god. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. Whoops. There. Okay. Now we got it.
Yeah. Hey. How's it going, everybody? I assume probably terrible for most people, so let's skip over.
Like always.
Let's skip over that part right now. Welcome to Wednesday.
It says, Talk Comics to me. It is August 26th, 2020.
We went over this like 5 minutes ago, so.
Yeah, not even that, I don't think.
I just wanted to make it seem longer, at least.
Yeah.
Give you the benefit of the doubt.
Long and hard about this.
I'm Champ Champenstein.
I am also Champ Champenstein.
And Champ's going to start first, because otherwise I'll fuck up.
We got double Champ today.
I'm pretty hot, both versions.
Yeah, dude, it is sweaty in here. Oh, wait, hot as in like...
Yeah, like sexy.
Yep, you got it. That was a nicer word, too. I have this book called Vision.
Sexy.
It is by Julia. I actually learned how to say her last name, Grofer. She posted it on her Instagram, and that's how I knew it. Again, this book is called Vision. This is brand new out today. It says a nice little thing on what it's about here, because it's kind of hard to explain because there's like so many things going on in here. The story...
We love when somebody explains the book to us.
When it just has like exactly what it's about. It's about lust, grief, and the human need for connection. So it's about this girl who takes care of her brother's wife. She's a hypochondriac and she is wild. She, is just
good job.
Thank you. I've been trying to watch myself on that. Anyway, but her sister-in-law is sick all the time, but you kind of get an idea of like what kind of sick, which isn't sick at all. She just likes the attention. Meanwhile, the main character here, the girl who the story follows, she has cataracts in her eyes, so she has a hard time like dealing with like vision and stuff. And there's a mirror in her room that talks to her and kind of like helps her through like the grief and stuff, because just, a few years earlier she lost both of her parents and stuff. So she's taking care of her brother, her brother's wife, and then like the estate and all that kind of stuff. She's also a spinster. She's the older sibling, and because she's been taking care of her sibling for so long, like she's never been married and all that. But yeah, it's just her dealing with all that while being very alone.
Okay.
I really like her books. I read, there are two other ones that she has out. Laid Waste, which is about a woman who lives through the Black Plague, cursed with not being able to get sick and watching everyone around her die. And then Black is the Color, which is the one that I had talked about last week. They're really short stories. They're really cool. She does all the art and the story for them and stuff.
Just looks really haunting.
Yeah, no, it is. Especially like the story content, because more happens in here, and like the way that it ends is like suicide, but there's more to it than that. So it's, her stories it's like a drop into this character's life, and you get kind of like attached to them and you feel bad for them and stuff, and then it just ends, and it's never really on a happy note. So I think it's really cool. I really, really enjoy her books, and I definitely recommend it. That one just, again, came out today. The other two have been out for a few years, but you can get them all through Fantagraphics, which I believe is just their website that you can visit. Fantagraphics.com. Otherwise, they have an Instagram and stuff, and tons of other cool books that you can get through them. So,
all right. So I have books that are nothing like that.
Sorry,
everybody.
I started real heavy today.
Yeah, I was like, I
just figured get that one out of the way.
So first, I have Family Tree. This is issue number 8. This kind of just explains how this story arc started with like how the world was covered in all of these trees, how the little girl had been planted into the ground and became this tree and this huge thing. This is apparently the end of this story arc, because at the end it was, there's obviously but yeah, this is the end of volume 2.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that far in already. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I just don't remember when. It just feels like this was only like 2 or 3 issues. Like, it didn't feel like it was very much. So I was just like, end of volume 2 already.
Now, I have a question about it. You mentioned that there were tons of those trees. Is it different families who have that problem, or is it just like descendants of the same family?
Well, so this...
Okay, so you can't say anything without
because this issue particularly like goes into like what probably all of those trees are, and how they like came to be, and it has to do with like the main girl being planted and everything.
So that was the wrong question.
No, and not necessarily, because within the story itself, like these people who are able to like be trees, it doesn't seem like it necessarily has to be within the family, because like his father didn't have it, but he had it, and like her brother, like the daughter has it, but not the son.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So it's just like a weird genetic mutation in certain parts.
Yeah, and so I also probably need to go back and read like the first several issues, just since it's been so long.
Right.
As well.
Are you still enjoying it?
Yeah, like I am still enjoying it. There's just something about it, like I feel like any Jeff Lemire book, it kind of just hits this point where I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, get the story going.
Get it going, like, because I know how this starts now, and it's just like, but I want the other parts now. Give me the other parts.
Give me the other branches.
Give me the other branches. And then I have Chew. This is issue number 2.
I love when things rhyme.
And this is just following Saffron Chew, and she's being hunted down by a mobster.
That's good.
A mobster's hitman, a hitman. Jesus.
Just a hitman. You can just call it a hitman.
A hitman who was hired by a mobster.
Okay.
That they robbed.
An assassin. There's so many terms that we could use for this.
But her boyfriend's a piece of shit.
It's only 2 issues in.
Yeah.
We'll get more.
I'll get more. It goes into also like her brother and how he got paired up with his partner, and just
her brother, the original Chew.
Yes, the original.
The
Chew.
eating Chew.
The eating Chew.
Okay.
Which, I mean, technically hers also has to do with like eating.
It's just different.
It's just different. And so does her like twin sister. Like she has a twin sister.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, there's another.
Okay. They all have the eating ability.
They all have
different.
It's all different. Like her sister sees flashes of like what's to be, I guess is the best way to like put it, or what has happened in the past. I think more so what has happened in the past. Like,
dang, what did those parents do to get that ability to pass on to children?
Some food or something. Fucked in food.
They are food.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly what I said. They're just
like
food.
what type of food are they?
Like anyone is.
Like, are they a cheeseburger and like French fries?
Yeah, burger and fries. They made human children that eat other foods for power.
All right, are you ready?
They were cursed burgers.
Keep going.
So this is something we both have. This is Wind. This is issue number 3. This is fantastic.
Yeah, no, this is really, really great. This story is just like so like in depth and like vibrant and wonderful, even when terrible things are happening.
Yes. So Wind and Oakley are on a mission to heal his weird blood. Things go awry. The bandage man is like, I'm here, you better run, but I will catch you anyway. So they do, and then I don't want to like spoil too much, but they finally meet up with the rest of their group, and they are about to go on their quest.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Without spoiling like, too much of what's happening. But yeah, no, this issue was particularly sad because you see what happens when the bandage man catches you and hunts you, and what happens to the people who are guilty by association. I just still really enjoy this.
No, it's like the art is really, really good. Like I said, the colors are really like there's just something that like the story itself combined with the art really just bring this like fantasy world to life in such a way where it's just like I said, there's terrible things happening, and like they're trying to get somewhere, do something for the better, but it's just like it's gonna take time, you know?
Right. Yeah, I really enjoy like the way that the faces are done, particularly because it's very simple, but the expressions are.
Even with like the bandage man, who like you can't see
He
his
has
face.
no face, but they just did such a good job at like depicting emotion on it somehow, and like he's got no eyes or nose or anything that. Well, you can see his eyes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
he's wrapped, but you can still.
And it's odd just because I almost feel like you could hear his voice or like what he would sound like if he was like a cartoon or like an actual person.
Who do you think he would sound like?
I don't know if I can like say a person.
Me either. I was just hoping that we could do the 1, 2, 3 and we would both have like the same person in mind, but I was just imagining like Robert De Niro. Like his voice in Cape Fear specifically.
Yeah, I suppose that. Like, yeah, I was just thinking like something definitely like deep and like gruff.
Like scary.
Yeah.
Just a scary, mean voice.
Yeah, like somebody like who's literally just going to murder you for existing.
And I feel like if we ever do get to see his face, like if it's a thing, he's going to be like a gentle looking dude and it's going to be like, why? Just based off of the way that the art is. Like they're going to try to make him look hard, but it's just like the prince, how the prince does look mean. Like he looks like he wouldn't be a very nice person.
Yeah.
But he still like has that softness about him too. I just feel like that's what his face would be like, just an attractive, scary dude, which I hope that isn't the case because I want a scary looking...
A scary man.
And that's why he wears the bandages, is because he's all jokered up.
Get on with Nomen Omen.
Okay, I have Nomen Omen. This is issue number 8. I know I said this last time about like the last issue, but I think this is my favorite issue.
I mean, it's nice that it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed this one because it like has 2 different feelings as you're reading it. There is like they don't even mention it. It's like, what is that word where it's just kind of hinted at that there is sexual assault, but they don't show any of it. You're just kind of left with like a mood. But Becky is trying to figure out how to activate her magic, but you know, since it's a modern age, she can't do it in the way that witches of the past have. So it's very technological the way that it happens, and it's really cool because she spends like an entire year, like this book takes place over several months, and she's trying to like, she's studying essentially, but she's like going to school for like quantum physics, and she has never even taken like science classes. So she's like, trying to teach herself how to do all this stuff, and she finally realizes that it's not, since she is not from the time when all these books were written, that she has to approach it in a different way, which she does using her phone. Which it's just very interesting. But she the entire time she's trying to figure out how to summon Fur, who is the man in the other issues, who is like her guardian angel essentially. So she finally figures out how to do it, and it kind of leaves it on a hint that like she had done it the wrong way.
Okay.
But it's very... I'm really interested to see what happens. And again, like the art in this book is just incredible.
Yeah, the colors are great.
Yeah. Because again, like she's colorblind, so you only see like the colors that she sees, except for in the realm where her friend has been kidnapped. And that's why she's trying to like summon her guardian angel to help her find him. Yeah, it's really heavy and also like really light at the same time, which is what I mean by like it has 2 different feelings, because there's all these like mentions of terrible things that are happening to her best friend who has been kidnapped, and then on the other hand, it's her learning about herself and figuring out who she is. So
I mean, yeah, life is just life.
Yeah, it's you know, at the top of the show when we said, "How are you?" That answer applies to this.
Oh, goodness. All right, so then I have The Man Who Fucked Up Time. This is issue number 5. This wraps up the story.
Ooh, the whole story?
The whole story. And there's just something real fun about this silly fucking book. I can't...
Did he manage to fix what he messed up? Or did he have to change it?
Yes, he fixes what he messes up, but he also changes it.
Okay, which happens with time travel, I hear.
So it's one of those things where it does wrap up the story in a really like interesting way, because you find out Sean Bennett, the main character, like because of all of the time travel that like people were doing, he had actually been impersonated by the 3 people he worked in the lab with.
Okay.
And they had fucked up time so badly and basically blamed it on him because he built the time machine. He's a genius.
So it wasn't really him?
It wasn't really him.
That's the twist.
So I ruined the book for everybody.
But still.
But, yeah, it was just interesting because, yeah, that was the twist, and he was the actual scientist. He was the smart one, but the dude who hated him the most basically, yeah, just messed up time so hard that, like, he was the janitor at the very first issue.
Okay, because I was going to say, how did he not realize that? But
because he's technically on a different, like, time stream.
Right.
So, like, this time stream, him figured out what was happening as a whole, went to the beginning of everything.
I'm following. I'm listening.
And then fixed everything.
Okay.
Quote unquote.
In my mind, I have it set up as, like, strings, and that's how I'm, like, following this timeline. Okay.
I mean, you probably enjoy this.
I bet I would. Like, I've enjoyed everything that you've said. I was just worried, because I don't understand time travel, so.
It's fine. And this is, like I said, silly time travel, so it doesn't really matter.
What's up, buttheads? Just some butts, apparently.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about butts today.
This is a PG-13 conversation. We can mention them, but we can't actually talk about them.
I've already said that word too many times for this to be PG-13.
Okay, it's rated R. We can talk about butts one time.
That's why Patrick doesn't want us on his show again, because I say the F word too much.
Yikes.
All right, so now I have Year Zero. This is issue number 4. We've talked about this book, just a nice little zombie story. This just, like, keeps it going with the 4 different characters. Mm-hmm. You're seeing the zombie invasion break out from the Arctic. You're seeing the young man in Mexico deal with the people who killed his parents. Bob, the Minneapolis boy who...
Bye, Wendy.
You're next to a microphone.
And that's why I did that, so it would go over it.
You have Bob, who's from Minneapolis, who is trying to find, or is going to find Anna, this woman he's been talking to.
His palindrome girlfriend.
Yep, over the radio. And then you have the woman from Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. And...
There's more conflicts created in this issue that are clearly going to be summed up by the next one because it's the last issue. Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. The way that they did that was, like, they told all this story, like the initial conflict is in the first issue, and then this 4th issue, it's like, here's all the problems. Yeah,
and I just like how, like, I don't know, I'm really glad it will be done this next issue. I mean, he might do more. Like, it's a plausibility, you know? But it's just, I'm really excited for it to end at the same time because it's just like, I feel like that's the perfect amount of book that I want from this.
Oh, for sure. Especially with so many different characters, too, because, I mean, then you start getting, like, Walking Dead feelings where it's like there's just way too many storylines going on at once and it gets confusing and stuff. But, I did think that this one was 5 was perfect for that.
Patrick, we've had life. I'm sorry. We will get a hold of you.
I'm sorry, yes. I apologize, too, because I keep forgetting about it.
So, yeah, this is, like I said, once again, real good zombie story. Real short, sweet. I guess after the next issue, we'll know for sure, but I really like it.
I don't see how it could end in, like, a bad way.
Yeah, I know. And, I mean, it's plausible, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but it's just, like, one issue, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so next, we both read, we didn't get this book, Batman 3 Jokers. You actually read this. I got too distracted by the lettering and couldn't concentrate.
Yeah, no, I read the whole thing.
And just flipped through it. But I think I got the gist of it, so it's just, jokers turning other jokers into everything into jokers.
Yeah, sharks included, which was my favorite part because I love a good smiling shark.
Yeah, I don't know why I handed that to you. Like, you need to take that away from me.
Flip through it.
Yeah. So and then Red Hood just doing Red Hood shit and shooting people.
The one thing I do have to say that I liked about this was, I know we had talked about earlier the art, how you were like, it's the perfect art for this kind of story. It's just what it is. But I do have to say, I love the details on, like, the characters themselves. I think that, I don't know, Jason, how do you say his last name? I don't.
Fabak?
Jason Fabik.
Fabik?
I don't know. I think he did a really good job on like the art in this book. He did a really good job of like capturing, obviously, like evil people in comics have evil looking faces, but I applaud this one. And that's really the only thing that I enjoyed about it. The story was just kind of whatever. I didn't dislike it, but it's just, I'm just tired of Joker stories, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, it's just I couldn't get past the lettering, and you know, it might be because my vision is also too terrible.
Right.
So it's just like, you know, it's not nice for the visually impaired.
Yeah, especially there were some bubbles where the writing was so small. Like, I don't have the best vision ever, but I really had to work to like read those.
Yeah, and I feel like just like the font they chose was just like not the right font. But I don't know why I got so hung up on that one thing, but I just like got like just so mad at it.
Well,
so
it's because
just
there
like,
was a lot of words. I mean, when you're reading a book with like a lot of words and it's just not good, like the writing itself, it's difficult to get past it. I get it. I just forced myself to, because I was like, I need to see how this ends. Like, I've gotten this far already.
Yeah, see, I got about halfway through, and then and this was one of the third or fourth books I read since I was reading stuff off the wall, and I hadn't gotten to my own pile of books, and I was like, fuck it. I'm already mad at this. Like, I'll just flip through it. I'll stop and read some of it, which is what I did. And then I just went on to my own books because I just couldn't handle it.
That makes sense. I mean, you didn't really miss too much. And I mean, it is one of those where you can just pick it up later and flip through it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I feel like I got the gist of what's happening.
Overall,
they're trying to stop the Joker.
I would say probably 1.5 Joker smiles for the 3.
I would just give it one Joker smile.
One Joker smile?
One Joker smile.
I just thought half of a smile would be funny. But like I said, I've read worse Joker stories and I've read better Joker stories. It's just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's only 3 issues. One Joker for each one, I guess.
I mean, that could be it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then next I have Daredevil. This is the annual.
Ooh.
One More Day is what it's called, and this is a weird issue. The idea, and I'm sure this happened in another comic book, and I just don't know it, but somebody made, hold on. So, Matt made up a twin brother named Mike, and then some guy in power actually made Mike Murdock a person. So this is just Mike, a story about Mike Murdock.
We got another cute little redhead.
We got another cute little redhead that looks exactly like Matt, but is not blind, and is also just kind of like a
D-bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that. Most Mikes I've met are either just like super sweet or just huge D-bags.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if I can put one in your pull, but I will if we can, and if I can't, I'll see if I can order it for you, Patrick.
We got you.
I got you. So next, we both have Bliss. This is issue number 2, and I still really enjoy this story.
I really enjoy the way that the story is told. Because, the son is in court telling the story about his dad. And
it is literally just a story. Like, if somebody was on a stand telling this, they'd be like, how is this relevant? We understand that your dad was trying to help your family.
Right. But it is also one of those where you have to get the whole story to understand where he's happened. Yeah. And it introduces a new character, Hera, who, I don't know if you know anything about Greek gods and you know who Hera is, but in this story, she's a bit different.
So if you didn't read the first issue, a little insight is that there are these gods who are creating this drug called Bliss, and it is just running rampant in the world and destroying people's lives is the way I'm seeing it happening. And as they're having this trial, Hera, one of the gods, comes forward to speak in favor of Perry's father.
And that's really it.
Yeah.
Because obviously the story is going to get deeper, and you're going to see that gods are
assholes.
Wild. And I don't know. Yeah, I am still really interested in the story because I'm curious to see like what his dad did to wind up at this point. Like, because obviously it was one thing where he got like caught or like did something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what that big event was.
I also, like, I don't know, I feel like the art really, really just, like, goes hand in hand with the story in such a way that it does make the story a little bit more intriguing. Like, I don't know if there had been any other, like, artist or, like, somebody, I feel like if there had been somebody else on this book, like, I don't think I would have liked it as much.
No, because they do this really cool thing where it's like a movie montage, but in comic form, which I love when books do that, and especially when they do it well like that. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, no, I agree about the art. Like,
and as you mentioned earlier, the facial expressions and all of that stuff is just like very, very good.
They're really good. His dad has a very expressive face, and the drugs make it even more animated. So I think that it's really, really interesting and cool. It's a fun concept, and it is only 5 issues.
Yep. Wait, I thought it was 8.
Dang it! Is it 8? 8 makes sense. I thought I looked it up and I got all excited.
I feel like I may be making this up. I just looked it up.
No, that actually sounds right. Because I remember thinking like, oh, that's weird. Like, No Man has like 15 issues. Like,
it was my pick of the week. Yep, 8.
You did more research than I did. I apologize.
I think that's like one of the first times one of us knew how many issues it was.
I did actually. I know we were talking about one recently where we were like, was it 5 or 6 issues? I did look it up. It was 5. I don't remember what book it was, but I remember that. So this is The Last God. This is issue number 8. This continues the story of the age of girl. I don't know. It's strange. We just discussed this a minute ago, but it's just the same. Like it's the same group of people that are on this mission to defeat this god that they had defeated 30 years previously. They keep running into like other obstacles, like other creatures and monsters and stuff.
Things from their past.
Yeah. It's tiring, but it's so good, and that's the thing that's most frustrating because part of me doesn't want to read it anymore just because it is so like dense and there's so much to remember because you have 2 different timelines that you're reading, but at the same time, like, the art is so good that I'm conflicted. Don't let my feelings take away from the story though, because it is really good.
I do think the story is really good, but like you said, it is just like extremely dense, which does make it like a little daunting, especially when you're just, trying to read a monthly book and you're not like, oh, I'm ready to like get into this like fantasy novel right now.
Yeah, like super high fantasy.
You have to like be in the mindset to read it, I think. Which might be like the thing more than anything. That's probably why I didn't read the last 2 issues. I read this one and I didn't read like the last 2, and I still kind of understand what's going on for the most part. Well, it's just because it's not that I feel like you could pick up Lord of the Rings and understand, like, but they're just kind of walking.
Right. If you have a basic idea of what's been happening, you'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
You or me?
It's up to you. You can go. You go.
Okay. I'll just go real quick because I don't have too much to say. This is X-Men. This is number 2 of 2 of the God Loves, Man Kills extended cut. This is just Magneto working with the team to rescue Xavier from this scientist who wants to use Xavier to wipe out all the mutants.
Just a quick question, because Seth Fierstein asked me today on the phone. Do you know what the difference between the extended cut and like the old versions of the comic are?
It has other parts from another series. I can't remember that at the time was part of this God Loves, Man Kills, but it wasn't X-Men specific. I can't remember what it was, but it's like another series that has like 2 or 3 issues that are like integrated into these.
All right.
From what I could tell anyway, because when I was reading about it, because I'd read this before and some of it was different, so I had like looked it up and it's like Extreme X-Men or something like that, they like included some of the parts.
Yeah, and I just didn't know, and like flipping through it, I couldn't really tell. I was like, I don't know, man, it doesn't seem like there's really anything in here, but I can't like
Yeah,
I know there has to be a reason it's an extended cut.
Yeah, and it doesn't say, unfortunately, but I will send you like the information that I had read so you can send it to Seth. But yeah, no, that's it. It's just good old classic 80s X-Men. Which I guess you can't ever go wrong with that. Also, we got the nice little Phil Noto cover.
Yeah.
It's
you know, Phil Noto. That'll go up on a baby's wall.
This baby will. Okay.
All right. So then I'm just like, what did I do? I read Hellions #3, and the Goblin Queens is this lady's name? Mm-hmm. She shows up at the very end of Hellions #2, and she, like, makes Havoc not have a mouth. She, like...
Maybe I did read #2 then, because I feel like I remember that.
I feel like you did too. And then he just, like, rips his mouth open with a piece of glass, and that, like, turns her on, and she just starts making out with him.
I'm not gonna lie, that would probably do something to me, too. But I don't know if I'd be, like, turned on, like, I want to get on you, or turned on, like, scared of him.
But basically everybody's fighting zombies.
Is that...
Apocalypse's zombie clones.
Okay.
That she turned into zombies, basically. It's a weird issue.
Is it good though?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. Okay. It's not like something I did not enjoy. It was just one of those things when I was reading it, I was also just like, what the fuck is happening?
Right.
Like, do I really understand what I'm reading, or am I just like
just going on with it?
Yeah, reading it, which is, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's never stopped me before.
Yeah, just keep going.
I just keep going. And then next I have... Excuse me.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just got a little cotton throat.
Okay. I understand.
Here, hold on. I'll just take a drink real fast. Excuse me, fans.
I forgot over here. Excuse me, fans. Gotta wet my whistle.
Sorry, that was really gross. Please forgive me.
Edit that out.
I don't have the time.
Put lasers over
it. I think
I
forgot to edit out the phone ring last time.
Oh, well.
It's all right. I'm not a professional. I don't know how many times I got to tell people this.
That's what our shirts are going to say.
I'm not a professional. I'll be like, well, professional what? Yeah. Just like anything, honestly.
Yeah. It's just going to have the logo here, and on the back it's just going to say I'm not a professional. Ooh, that's a good idea.
All right, so then I have X Factor #2. The group is just, like, getting their legs, figuring out, like, what to do to solve crimes. Aurora is back to life after they figured out what happened, and they're kind of just like, well, what happened to you? And she's like, dog, I've been alive for, like, 2 hours. I need to rest. Yeah, like, just give me a minute. And so, at the same time, she finds a box with, like, a bloody shoe inside of it. And they have to go to the Mojoverse.
I hate the Mojoverse.
And that is that issue.
Oh, man, I hate the Mojoverse.
Yeah, I also do not really like the Mojoverse, so I was just like, but I knew it was happening in this as well, so... Yeah. Which is fine. It's like, I still enjoy the book and the characters, and they got these cool, like, gay flag costumes, so...
Yeah, that's dope.
I mean, I guess a rainbow for...
But altogether, they form a gay flag. Right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Or a rainbow, however you want to think about it. But I will say a gay flag as well.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, so next we have X-Men. This is issue number 11. This is an Empire tie-in.
Yeah, and this is, I think, like what you had said, it's a good way to kind of end the event through this issue.
Yeah, but and also, like, as well as, like, entering the X of Swords stuff with the very beginning of the story itself with, what's this dude's name?
They say
Summoner.
I was like, they say it in here somewhere. Which Summoner you were introduced to in the issue when the two islands merged.
Yes.
He's the creepy child that likes to run around with body paint all over himself. Like, if I saw that thing running through the woods, I would be terrified.
Yeah.
I would say, stop summoning me, I'm going home.
I did share one of my favorite panels from the beginning of this, which I thought was, like, a really good little bit on our stories, so I definitely check that out on our Instagram stories. But otherwise, you know, you see Magneto naked.
I can't even get into this. It's
they do blur out
Too much.
the private parts, so you do not, or I guess the butt and the penis.
it's too much.
So you do not see this. But this issue is literally all about Magneto and how Magneto saves the mutants and how he's the savior of mutants. Why can I remember? Exodus is teaching the children about Magneto and how he is
A hero.
very, very powerful and a hero. Yeah.
Which I think is actually really cool because, I don't know, a lot of they were split for so long, so a lot of the X-Men, like, look on Magneto as if he's the bad guy for so long, so then to have them be, like, retaught to see that, like, no, he's actually a hero, this is what he's doing, like, I think that's really cool.
And, just, like, in general, like, Magneto is always seen as, as a bad guy.
Right.
Like, I think in that outside source, just because he is supposed to be, like, nobody likes abrasive people or, like, people who are just trying to take control and do what they need to do to survive.
He's just honest. He doesn't try to, like, filter himself at all for the sake of your feelings. He's always just been very open and the exact opposite of what Charles always was.
Yeah.
So because of that, I don't know, a lot of people just did not like the way that he handled things.
Yeah, not at all. Okay, so
Comes out next
Empire,
week.
Empire #6, Patrick, did not come out this week. It comes out next week on the 2nd. Just so you know. Otherwise, for everybody else, that's not Patrick. That's it. That's Wednesday.
That's Wednesday.
We did it. And we hope you buy comics. We hope you stay safe.
Can I
say that about the shirts? I suppose you can.
Okay, I'm just really excited because it's actually happening. So, we are going to be making shirts soon for us. We're still working on designs. Obviously, we just discussed potential designs a little bit ago, but
we just did it during the podcast. You
Yeah.
heard us talking about making shirts.
yeah, we are going to be making shirts. Ooh, if you have any ideas, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Yeah, anything that could be fun for us, because we have a basic idea of what we want, but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make some shirts. So
Yeah, and if you can draw and want to do free art for us.
neither of us can draw.
Yeah, neither of us can draw. And we know how expensive art can be.
Oh yes.
But we'll pump your art out to people.
Yeah, we'll share it.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We love you. Go buy comics. Do all the shit.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you next Wednesday on the 2nd.
See you on the flippity flip.
The flippity flip.